How's it going, guys? Brett Medlock here, and once again, I'm just overly excited because E3 is getting closer and closer, and yeah, I'll be flying out to LA, be covering E3, gonna try and make a lot of videos while I'm there. I'm gonna try and make some unique stuff, like get into the nitty-gritty indie stuff, if possible. I'm not really sure if that's what I'll do, but that's what I'm gonna attempt to do, and yeah, I'm just really excited. But in the meantime, I decided, you know what, I have to do more prediction-like videos. I mean, I think people like prediction videos. That's why I'll probably do a few more before E3, especially if more leaks and rumors start happening. I'm just going to dive into that stuff. This whole month's probably going to be dedicated to E3, so please stick around or subscribe if it's your first time watching. So yeah, let's jump on into today's video. I've been desperate for E3 content, so I've been scouring the internet looking for all types of prediction videos, leaks, rumors, and I've been watching like a lot of YouTube channels that I don't normally watch. I weirdly don't watch a lot of YouTube, even though I make YouTube content. But yeah, I've noticed one thing though. A lot of people's predictions, they're really safe, and I don't know, it's kind of boring. I like when people are a little crazy with their predictions, so today that's what I decided to do. I have some bold predictions for E3 2019, stuff that I think is still possible, but would pretty much blow everyone's minds if it actually happened. So most of this is going to be Nintendo focused, obviously, but at the end I'm going to throw in some Xbox and PlayStation stuff. I know PlayStation's not having an E3 conference, but there might be some stuff that's happening around E3. There's rumors that they're having another State of Play, live like stream, like a Nintendo Direct basically. There's rumors they're going to do one more of those this month, and I'm going to predict what I think might be shown during that. So first up, I'm going to go ahead and predict Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the new one on Nintendo Switch. Now, this is something that a lot of Switch owners have actually been clamoring for. I mean, now don't get me wrong, I know many of you, and probably many of you that are watching this, are not interested in Call of Duty if you're a hardcore Nintendo fan. You want Switch games, you want Nintendo IP, and that makes sense. However, I think that there's a big audience out there now with the Switch, more than ever than with the Wii U. I mean, Call of Duty came to Wii U, and I'm pretty sure it sold pretty terribly. But the Switch has captured a whole new audience. I mean, like everyone, my father-in-law, my brother-in-law, they don't play Nintendo consoles ever. They've never played them. They picked up a Switch, and they want more games like that on the Switch, so of course they can play them on the go. I'm going to go ahead and predict Call of Duty on Switch. And if it's not the new one, I think we might get some type of Call of Duty on Switch later this year. I don't know if it's going to be the original Modern Warfare or maybe the remaster of that Modern Warfare, but I think sooner or later we're going to get a Call of Duty on Switch, and I would love for it to come this year. Next up, the behemoth that is Grand Theft Auto 5. I know this game is really old now, but there's still tons of people playing it, and I mean tons. This game is in the top 10 best-selling games every single month, basically since it came out, which is unheard of. It's made more money than any other entertainment property in the world. Grand Theft Auto should come to Switch if Rockstar wants to make more money, which I'm sure they do. So I think Grand Theft Auto 5 will come to Switch sooner or later. I'm hoping for an announcement at E3, and I think it's going to be cross-play with the Xbox One version, maybe the PC version, something like that. Some type of cross-play with those versions. Now, of course, it probably won't run as good as the Xbox One, PS4, and PC versions, but it could pretty much be the Xbox 360 and PS3 versions that we got originally, maybe looking a little better or running a little better. I think that would be really cool. I think Grand Theft Auto 5 would do wonders on Switch because we haven't gotten a lot of games like that so far. So Grand Theft Auto 5, it's coming. I guarantee you. Okay, I don't guarantee it, but I really hope so. Now, we know that recently Metroid Prime 4 has gotten rebooted in development. It's being developed by Retro Studios, the studio that did the original trilogy, who should have been making it originally. I don't know why they weren't the ones working on it to begin with, but either way, I think we just might get a tease for this game. I have a feeling it's been in development longer than we think, since before the announcement, and we're going to get some type of trailer for it. I don't know if it'll be gameplay, but maybe just a cinematic, another tease. Sometimes there are games that are just announced a long way out, and they constantly just build up and build up each time there's a big event, like The Last of Us 2, like Death Stranding. Those games we've known about for a long time, but we still haven't gotten them yet. But I kind of like the mix of having an announcement and then just building up to it for a long time, and then having an announcement and it's just a couple months away. I think if there's a healthy balance of those things, it's fine in my book. So Metroid Prime 4 will be at this E3. Probably not, but I really hope so. So next up, I think we possibly might get another Smash Brothers character announcement. Now, obviously, this one's a safe prediction, but I think it's going to be something crazy. They already said that these are going to be characters that nobody expects, and I think it's going to be probably something like an Xbox or Microsoft-owned IP, like Conker or a Banjo-Kazooie, or possibly Cuphead. I think that would be really cool, considering that Nintendo would have to work with Microsoft to get them in the game, and that's what I think it's going to be. A Smash Brothers character with an IP that's owned by Microsoft. Speaking of Microsoft, Microsoft, I think they just might announce xCloud, Microsoft's upcoming streaming service for Nintendo Switch. This will let you stream games from Game Pass, like, I don't know, the upcoming Gears of War 5, to your Nintendo Switch in your house connected to your Wi-Fi. And why do I think this? Well, I think Nintendo could actually benefit from this if they charge people their online service, so like $20 a year, to use xCloud on Xbox, which they'll also have to pay for another subscription service. But I don't know, I think if they do that, they could probably make a lot of money from it, and they see that, and I don't think they're hurting each other's audiences very much, especially since it's going to be streaming only, whereas Switch games will play natively wherever you want. It doesn't matter about the Wi-Fi. So I'm trying to speed things up a little bit because I have a few more to get through and the video is already kind of long. So I think we're going to get a Nintendo IP in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. Nintendo, they do this pretty often with third-party games. They'll add their characters in, hype it up a little bit, and get people more interested in the Switch version. Of course, with this game, there's only a Switch version, but will it stay that way? Probably. I think Nintendo's publishing it, but I'm not really sure. I think I've seen weirder things happen, so I think it'll stay only on Switch, but I'm not really sure. But anyway, I think we're going to get a Nintendo IP in this game. Maybe Samus, I think that'd be really cool. I think she would fit in because she looks kind of like a normal person. I don't think we're going to get anything too cartoony in the game because it has to, I don't know, kind of match the aesthetic of the other characters. So I think Samus in this game would be really awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and just predict that. Samus in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. So this one is going to be off the wall and totally random, but remember those Resident Evil Revelations games? Well, I think the next one is happening. I think we're going to get Revelations 3, and I think it just might be a Switch exclusive. And the reason why I think this is because, you know, these games have always been smaller, less like promoted Resident Evil games. They're sort of like the ugly stepsisters. They don't get enough, I don't know, marketing, and they don't really get a lot of people talking about them, but they're actually really good, especially the first one. I absolutely love the first one, and I think it would be awesome if we got a sequel to the second one on Nintendo Switch, because this is a series that doesn't have to push the hardware, it doesn't have to look super realistic. It could come out looking just like Revelations 2, and I think a lot of people would be happy. I mean, just having more Resident Evil would make me happy. So I would love if Nintendo worked with Capcom to get Resident Evil Revelations 3 as an exclusive. Of course, it doesn't really matter if it's an exclusive. I just think that would be a big get for Nintendo. But either way, I would love to see that game on all the platforms if possible. I just want more Resident Evil. I absolutely love that series. So that's one of my predictions. Now, lastly, with the Nintendo stuff, I think we might get some type of hardware revision announcement. I don't know if it's going to be a mini. I don't know if it's going to be the Pro, but there's been rumors about all that stuff, and yeah, a lot of them have been debunked. They're probably not happening, but I'm going to go ahead and predict we get a Switch Mini announcement at E3. It's going to come without a dock, but you'll still be able to dock it if you want to, because I mean, that's the whole purpose of the Switch. But they're going to be able to take out the detachable Joy-Cons. It's going to be all in one device, and it's going to be sold at a much cheaper price, which will get a lot more people in the door, especially parents with little kids who don't want to spend $300 on a Switch. Now they can spend a nice $200 on their kid and get them a Switch Mini. I think that would make a lot of sense, and I really hope it happens, because my wife said she wants a Switch if they make a Mini. So Nintendo, please make a Switch Mini. I want to play some Animal Crossing with my wife, hopefully later this year. That's not one of my predictions, but Animal Crossing, I really hope it comes out this year. Now, on to the Sony stuff. There's only two predictions I have with this, because of course, there might not even be a state of play. That's just a rumor, but I think we're going to get a Last of Us release date, and I think it's going to be February, like February 21st or something like that. I'll just throw that number out there, and if it's real, then I'll really look smart. But yeah, February 21st. I don't even know what day of the week that's on. It probably doesn't even make sense, but I think we're going to get a Last of Us 2 release date, which will make me really excited. I'm a really big fan of The Last of Us 1. It's probably one of my favorite games of all time, up there with Ocarina of Time, Resident Evil 4, and Persona 4. Those are probably my 4 favorite games of all time, and yeah, I'm really excited for that game, and it looks really cool. So we need a release date. We got a Death Stranding release date for November, which is absolutely crazy. I can't believe that game is coming out this soon. They announced what engine they were building it on in November of like 2017 or something like that, so the game's only been in development for 2.5 years, which doesn't even feel like possible with Kojima Productions, who typically take a long time to develop games. But I don't know, maybe they moved engines or something like that. But either way, back to what I was saying, The Last of Us 2 release date, please, we want it, give it to us. And one more thing, Last of Us Part 2 related, is I think we're going to get Joel like finally fully shown in one of these trailers. Of course, we saw him in the reveal trailer, which was just like his side view, like we barely even got to look at him. So I think we're going to finally be able to see more of him in this game, which has me really excited. Aside from that, with PlayStation, I think we're going to get a Final Fantasy VII release date. I think that this game is probably far off. It's probably going to get delayed even after they announce this release date. And of course, it's episodic, so for some reason, this game is going to be broken up into different parts, probably just because they want to get one version of the game out the door quicker, and that's probably why they decided to do episodic. But either way, I think that release date is coming. Now on to Xbox. Wow, I don't usually make videos this long, so my voice might be starting to go away by now. But anyway, I think we're going to get a Fable 4 announcement. Now remember, Microsoft shut down Lionhead studios who have developed all the past Fable games. That made me really sad, but there is a glimmer of hope. Apparently, they are making Fable 4. It's being developed by Playground Games, the guys who did Forza Horizon, that whole series, and I have faith in them. I actually really love the Forza Horizon games, and I'm not usually into racing games at all, but those games, they get me. I have a lot of fun with that series, and I trust them. They make beautiful games, as I'm sure you've seen the Forza Horizon games, so I think this Fable 4 is going to be absolutely stunning. I think it's finally going to show us what the Xbox One X is capable of. The 6 teraflops of power that Microsoft kept spouting, I think we're finally going to be able to see exactly what it's able to do. And then, of course, I think Microsoft might announce another studio acquisition. Of course, they've recently purchased Playground Games and Ninja Theory and some other ones that I can't remember. There's like a bunch of them, and I think that's really smart of them. Now, speaking of Ninja Theory, Microsoft's new first-party studio, I think their next game is further in development than people think. I think we're going to get a reveal trailer for that game, and there's rumors that it's sci-fi and co-op, which, I don't know, sounds kind of typical nowadays, so I'm not that excited for that, but I really love Ninja Theory. I loved Hellblade, so either way, I'm pretty excited, and I don't know, I think what they do next is probably going to be really special. Just maybe not for me, but my final prediction is that Xbox or Microsoft, that they show off some new hardware of some sort. I don't know what it's going to be. Maybe their next major Xbox console, or maybe some type of new controller, like a new Elite controller. I think that's what they're going to show us probably sometime during their 2-hour presentation. So I'm going to be there. I'm going to be in the crowd for Xboxes. I'm going to be rooting for them because they've been sort of, I don't know, they've been knocked around a bit this generation, and I think they can come back. I mean, a lot of companies come back. Look at Nintendo with the Wii U and then on to the Switch. Look at Sony with the PS3 that started off really poor sales, and then by the end of it, they ended up passing Xbox 360. So I never count one of these companies down and out until they're like literally gone, like Sega basically, going third party. So that's all I got to say today, guys. If you stuck around this long, thanks a lot for watching. This has been my bold E3 predictions, I guess. So if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later.